everyone, and welcome to the Modern Day Gamer. My name is Eric, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the best way to watch the Star Wars movies. Now, this is just the episodic movies and Rogue One, because no one wants to watch the Christmas special. That's kind of weird, and it's not very good. Um, and nobody wants to watch the Ewok specials either. They're also not very good. Um, the the best way to watch the Star Wars movies really is dependent on if you have seen them all already or not. If you have not seen them at all ever, the best way for you is to start with episode 4, 5, and 6, and then you watch 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, and 8. That's going to be the best way to watch the Star Wars movies for people who haven't seen Star Wars. Now, if you have seen Star Wars, this is pretty dependent on what your favorite movie is. If your favorite movie is episode 1, then you're probably going to want to watch 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, like that. If you hate the prequels altogether, then it's best to start with the prequels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if you hate the prequels and you hate episodes 7 and 8, then you should probably watch 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 4, 5, 6. Because as polarizing as that may be to watch it that way, you're getting all the movies you don't like out of the way. Now, for me, I like the prequels. I like episode 7. I liked episode 8. I like 4, 5, and 6. Now, do I like the prequels as a whole better than 4, 5, or 6, or 7, 8 better than 4, 5, and 6? Of course not. No. Nobody I know, and most Star Wars fans are going to like the originals much better than episodes 1, 2, and 3. The issue with Star Wars and the way that we watch them, and I know that I kind of went over the whole video in the first 2 minutes, but the issue with it is a lot of people have already seen Star Wars. So if you're wanting to do a Star Wars marathon, the absolute, and I mean the absolute best way to enjoy Star Wars, if you really don't like the prequels, is to integrate this Clone Wars animated series in between episode 2 and episode 3. And what you want to do is you want to watch episodes that primarily focus around Anakin Skywalker, because those episodes in the Clone Wars, there are some in the beginning in seasons 1 and 2. There's some in seasons 3, some in 4, 5, and 6 that really focus on Anakin and the struggles he has with the Jedi Order. And I think that that is the most important way to enjoy your watching time, especially if you don't like the prequels. Now, I would do this anyway. Just watch 1 and 2, and then watch some episodes, maybe 6 total episodes of the Clone Wars with Anakin in it. Ones that have him struggling with the dark side and all that. The Mortis arc is probably a really, really good way to start in the Clone Wars, because I think it is by far the best arc in the whole series. And then from there, you can watch episode 3 and then Rogue One. Rogue One is a really decent Star Wars story. And if you don't like Rogue One, or maybe you don't like the originals, which would be odd, you can always go 1, 2, about 6 episodes of the Clone Wars, episode 3, then watch Star Wars Rebels, and then watch Rogue One, and not all of Star Wars Rebels, mind you, just some of it, talking about how the Rebels deal with attacking the Empire prior to Episode 4. Then watch Rogue One. Then watch Episode 4, 5, 6. And then watch Episodes 7, and then watch Episode 8. And that is the absolute most number one way to watch the Star Wars films. Now, I don't hate any Star Wars films. I did do a ranking video of Star Wars films, and I believe that the Star Wars films inherently are all decent films to watch. They're entertaining at the least. And if you don't agree with that, that's fine. But as a whole, I think that Star Wars has put out good content. Now, I know a lot of people really don't like The Last Jedi. That's understandable. But honestly, if you're trying to watch every Star Wars episodical movie and Rogue One, because Rogue One kind of fits into the big box office Star Wars, then really just watch them how you enjoy them. Sometimes I go in and I watch Episode 5, then I watch Episode 3, then I watch Episode 2, and then I watch Episode 6. I mean, it's really just dependent on how you enjoy them. Watch. Another thing is watch the episodes in terms of your least favorite at the very bottom to your most favorite. So if your least favorite, like mine, is Episode 2 is my least favorite, then watch Episode 2, then go 2, 1, Rogue One, 7, 8, which I know you can't watch 8 until it's out of theaters, but or 8, 7, because I like 7 better than 8, and then watch, whatever. Watch your favorite ones from your least favorite all the way to your favorite one. That way, you know what? If you're going to be watching them, you're going to end off on your absolute favorite one. I think that the best way to enjoy Star Wars as a whole is Star Wars Episodes 4, 5, and 6. Now, if you only want to watch a few movies, 4, 5, and 6 are the way to go, because it is the middle, beginning, and end of Star Wars, and that's just how it is. I enjoy Star Wars. I think Star Wars is absolutely wonderful. I think that it is one of the best, if not the best, sci-fi, fantasy, space opera, whatever you want to call it, set of movies there is. I think Episode 5 is Episode 5 and Episode 3 are my two favorite, but Episode 5, in terms of just how great the movie is and all the practical effects and everything, are it is the best movie I've ever seen. I enjoy it wholeheartedly. I think that it is a great movie. I think that it is a movie that everyone needs to watch, because it really shows a really great story arc, along with being able to help the action and help it not be boring, because it's really hard in the middle to get it right. That's why Episode 2 is so weak. It just didn't get it right. In Episode 1, it's not so terribly weak as to ruin the Star Wars experience. As Jar Jar's in it, but still, it's just one of those things. Watch the movies however you find them to be most enjoyable. That's the best advice I can give you. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a like. If you have a special way to watch movies that I didn't mention, or your favorite way to watch these movies, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.